Hello. So, um, this is actually the final video because um, I did actually manage to finish this pack, and this is the first pack that I've ever finished. So, I think maybe later on I might start a new pack, start a new game. I'm not sure what game I want to play. I have a couple games in my computer that I haven't touched, like XCOM or maybe even Factorio, that maybe I might play and then edit or just play normally. Depends on what my schedule permits. I even might do videos about other things. Depends on what it is. But yeah, so this is my final world. I don't really plan to. I do have the clay here. I think this is a copy world, but I do have the clay. I did get the clay. The clay was not that hard to make. I can make it again. But this stuff was a pain. These these awakened draconium blocks, those were the hard ones. But anyways, just a tour. This is my diamond district. I made like 10 coke ovens. I changed this one to also start making coal because I needed so many diamonds for the final like, what is this called? Draconic of the draconic evolution. This draconic evolution part of the game, because I needed to create these cores, and each of these cores is a diamond, and then I also needed diamonds for each of those, and then I also needed diamonds for each of these, and I needed diamonds, well, I don't need diamonds here, but I needed diamonds for a lot of different things. Basically everything here involved diamonds, so I just needed so many diamonds that I just went ahead and I made 10 coke ovens and then let it sit for a while, and now I have too much coal, but I also have a ton of diamonds, and they're still crafting, which is really cool. Also, because this here is 350 million RF, I upgraded this reactor to an 11 by 11, so 7 by 7 interior with a 5 by 5, with a 5 by 5 fuel rod, fuel rod, and this thing like guzzles yellorium fuel. It really does. I don't know if this is on. Yeah, it's on, but it's still putting in a ton of energy into the core up there. That core takes a lot. It's like takes too much energy, honestly. But yeah, this thing is now 11 by 11, and produces like, I think somewhere around like 60,000 RF per tick from the 7 by 7 5 by 5 5 by 5 by 5 interior. Yeah, 60 RF per tick. That one only produced 15 RF per tick. So a sizable energy increase, but also sizable fuel usage. Doesn't really matter that much because we are still net positive on yellorium fuel. And this only, you see, I have like 1.6 billion. Or here, but back when I was making a ton of these awakened draconium blocks for each of these, because each one of these takes one awakened draconium block. Back when I was creating that, I needed I needed just about like 1 point something billion RF, and that was just a lot. I made the dragon head. The dragon head was not that bad. It was pretty bad, but like, in all honesty, it wasn't that bad. I totally forgot to click this with the caster's gauntlet, and I only realized after I needed to make the dragon. I placed down all of them, like the final piece. I think the final piece I made was the dragon ton, because I need to fight the Gaia. I got this really funny sword here. It says "I don't Gaia fuck." Honestly, it's just a pun, right? And it's a Terra Blade with sharpness 4 on it, sharpness 5 on it. And I used some potions of strength and some potions of instant health, and I just defeated the guy. The guy wasn't that hard. It really wasn't that bad. And then these are protection 4. And the protection 4 was gained from over here. I have this arcane ensorcellator, arcane ensorcellator, and this fluid transposer that just turns this essence of knowledge into bottles of enchanting. And if you put quartz here or iron here, you get sharpness and protection respectively. But it really wasn't that bad. And then I just used some I just brewed up some strength potions and some instant health potions. They weren't that bad either. But here, yeah, but I made each one of these here. Let's see what else was really annoying. This was pretty bad. Manulin is really annoying because it's an alloy, and then each one of these is an alloy, but it was just like shopping essentially because I had everything already. Dragonhide was also pretty bad because I needed nether stars to create this this generator, this dragon egg mill, which produces 500 GP, and Dragonhide needs 100 GP to create one Dragonhide. In all honesty, I could have probably spammed a ton of water mills and spammed a ton of fire mills and windmills down and probably have gotten 100 there, but you know, the challenge is fine. I messed around with RF tools, and there's this shield protector, and there's this amazing filter called solid damage, and this means an entity that matches this filter cannot pass and gets damaged. You can change it to hostile mobs, and what you can do is you can spawn a wither in here. When you spawn a wither in here, the wither essentially just kills itself, and so this is completely AFKable wither. And then in the end, you can get some syringes. I'll show you down here. This is a spawner. You put in a syringe. Syringes are really easy to make. You put in another star, and it uses 0.1 nether stars and 0.5 pieces of soul sand to create one wither and some food, but the food is pretty easy. And you use these matter beamers to beam the matter into the spawner. Really isn't that bad. So this is completely farmable, completely AFKable wither. I can spawn some withers right now. It messes with your shaders, so in a little bit, yeah, you see, everything becomes dark. But look, yeah, so the withers spawn, and then you just take this accumulator, and that's filtered for nether stars. So it only picks up nether stars, and it just spawns all your withers. Really decent, really nice. I moved the alembic pots over here. The alembics pots over here, because over here this chunk specifically has a lot of free flux, and so it doesn't spawn as much warp, or the warp that spawns gets kind of mitigated by the amount of viz in the area, so no weird shatter stuff comes through. This is my yellorium. I guess automation. It doesn't really automate it. It just automates for yellorium blocks. I have a crafting upgrade on this interface export here that has energized glowstone and lava. And what this is, it's on a timer. It's on a timer every 15 seconds. And the real bottleneck here is this magma crucible, which I think I've explained this already. I don't know if I did, but yeah. So I this is which is this magma into this magma crucible, which it can't actually smelt 4 pieces of glowstone down fast enough for this in less than 15 seconds. So I set this to 15 seconds, and what happens is it pushes in a glowstone bucket and a lava bucket on these users. Whenever this thing ticks, these are set to pulse mode, so whenever the redstone turns on, it fires. And and these two mechanical users with acceleration ones make the alloying process fast enough so that it dumps out all the yellorium before the next bucket comes in. Really nifty. I think the final couple was this chain here to make dragon eggs. Dragon eggs take 12 minutes to make, and I just don't have time to wait 12 minutes, especially because each of these takes 1 dragon egg to make. So yeah, I needed 9 dragon eggs, and each dragon egg 12 minutes. Yeah, I'm just going to tick right up this like crazy, and yeah, it worked. So it was really fast. I needed void vapors, but void vapors was not that bad to get either. Void vapors is simply this thing using a miniature void seed in a time machine gets you a void seed, and you can smelt down a void vapor to get a bucket of void vapors, and using that with an egg gets you a dragon egg. Here is my protein soup and fermenter setup. This protein soup is actually very useful to make milk and I think netherrack and like mycelium. It's used to make a lot of stuff, so I just have a constant supply of it just fed into here. I can make this on demand, like manually, because there's nothing in here that requires any like real automation. Like everything here has been used; it only needs to be used one time. Yeah, so I just did that for most of it. So yeah, logic directors, you needed crystallized chorus fruit, which is popped chorus fruit. Popped chorus fruit is not that hard to get. This chorus flour is just a flour and some liquid chorus, and you yeah, so you still need protein soup with some ender pearls to make liquid chorus, but after that you can just pop it inside an insulator to get as much as you want. The empower stuff was really easy. I just manually made a bucket of empowered oil. I don't really want to automate empowered oil because empowered oil is very hard to automate. But yeah, I think this is about it. I think I talked about everything. I was a lot closer to the end of the pack than I realized because I didn't know once I get the dragon head, the pack is basically over, because that's the only gate to get draconium ingots, and draconium ingots is how you create these draconic cores. And the draconic cores, well, that's the end of the game, because once you get the draconic cores, you can get the infusers, and then once these injectors, and then once you get the injectors, you're done with the game. Yeah, so and the wither skeleton skulls. Skulls are also really easy to make. Skulls, I have a ton of chisels here, but I don't think I even finished the first one here. It's just a bone block and a chisel, and then I moved them over here. I know this can be done a lot better, but I have an interface export that exports gunpowder without a crafting card, because I don't want to like keep making gunpowder, and into this pulverizer, and this pulverizer just waits for 400 because each one, yeah, so this one is like 40 buckets of 40 buckets of like industrial grade evil. And then this is, I don't know what this is. This is soul sand. Yeah, if I'm ever low on soul sand, this will just drop some sand onto some lenses, and then the lens will keep shooting until it's until all the sand is converted into soul sand, and until we have 2 stacks of soul sand in the system. those are the last couple of automations. This is a really short episode. I didn't even realize how short this episode was. But yeah, we don't need the towers here. This thing is really easy to make. It's really not that hard to make, especially because after a while you just like get really frustrated requesting like a single like each stack of draconium ingots manually. So you just like start requesting like 1,000 draconium ingots at a time, and this thing needs to be made are blaze rods, and blaze rods are really easy to make. It's just a piece of coal and inside a crucible, and then you can just it's a piece of coal inside a crucible, and then you just sliver the rest out, and draconium blocks and redstone. That's literally it. And then this thing is basically the same. The energy pylons are basically the same. Yeah, so this is my entire Ultimate Alchemy playthrough. If you want to know what the end looks like, I know this is a very old pack. I might want to play something newer. If you have any recommendations for a Minecraft pack, I'm pretty interested in. I'm still, Minecraft is still feeling pretty good for me, so I might want to play another pack, but maybe you can recommend some if you want. Yeah, so right here is this. I wonder if there's anything out here. Oh no, there's ancient barriers. I can take some, I can take some whatever. I can, oh whoops. Yeah, here's the end. Oh, he defeated the and oh, here's a forestry hive. I wonder if there is a real overworld. No, there isn't a real overworld. Yeah, so this is, I guess, the entire game done for us. I hope, well, I don't know. I know this was probably not interesting to watch. This was kind of done like a for me thing, like just a tracker of my progress. But if you found this interesting to watch, thanks, I guess. Yeah, bye bye.